I don't like the treadmill at the gym. So now I walk to the gym, just go straight into the weights and then walk home. So I get a 2 mile walk and I do weights. But this
Perfect.
morning, obviously, gorgeous day. So that 20 minutes there, 20 minutes, so 40 minutes of sunshine. But that helps you the other side of the day, doesn't it? That brings your cortisol levels down in the evening.
So melatonin and cortisol work in opposites. So cortisol is, people talk about it as your stress hormone, but it's also your energy hormone, the thing that gets you going, that supports your ability to do the day, really. And we cannot live without it. We cannot live or survive without cortisol. It's demonized quite a lot. All we don't want is cortisol staying high all the time, which you can have with chronic stress. But we want cortisol to be up in the morning. So it's the morning cortisol awakening response. So in the morning, cortisol should rise. We wake up, we feel energized, we start our day. At that time, melatonin should be low. So when cortisol is high, melatonin will be low. Now, as the day goes on, what should happen is the cortisol should drift downwards and the melatonin slowly rises. So in the evening, you want high melatonin, which makes you sleepy and want to go to sleep. What becomes confusing for the body is if it doesn't understand what's the morning and what's the evening. So the morning light, as you quite rightly said, is not just about feeling awake in the morning. It also tells the brain, this is morning, which means 14, 15 hours time is evening, we need to sleep. And really interestingly, what happens to people who do a lot of shift work or people that work indoors with no light and don't get natural light at all in the day and just experience darkness and indoors, they often, when they sleep, wake up every 2 to 3 hours. And that's because our sleep cycles last 2 to 3 hours. We loop through our sleep cycles in the night, 3 or 4 times throughout the night. And what happens is when they come to the light part of their sleep, they wake up because the brain isn't sure, like, is it morning or not? So I'll wake up, check, and go back to sleep. So it's really interesting that often shift workers will say that they get very tired, they fall asleep, but they wake up 2 or 3 times in the night. So it's really important. Oddly, morning light is actually really important for your sleep, not just for being awake.